Is it on? I believe it's on. All right. I said to myself when I got up, my eyes are red. So I think I slept. I slept good though. I didn't sleep long, but I slept good though. I said, oh, I look like I'm drunk or high or something. But I got shades, so you can't tell. I forgot these was the transition lens. Hi, Colin. Is it still cold where you are? Wait, let me do. I don't know why it does. Hey, Tris does that. But it's a nice day. I came out on the nice day for a change. My ring. I only have one on today. Somebody bought me this though. I did a tour one day, a long time ago. It's warming up. Here it is. Well, it's the morning, so it's a little cooler. You need a jacket if you're sensitive to the cold, but it's a nice day. Sun shining. You know, I started to click on the um, the live stream of the volcano thing, and I thought, is there something really going off, or is this like one of those stock footage videos, or what is this? So I never did click on it. So it really is something. I'm disconnected. It's really a volcano going off. Well, there's the woodpeckers. I don't see you. They're such little birds. They make a lot of noise though. Okay. Yeah, I can see it. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to look at it then. At least watch some of the replay. Because I thought it was one of those, because it's a lot of live streams that pop up in my YouTube feed that say, you know, like eagle's nest or lion fight or whatever the case may be, and then you click on it and there's nothing there, or you click on it and it's like old footage from 1532, and you're like, what am I looking at? Whose birthday? Not my birthday. Whose birthday today? Is it somebody's birthday? Oh, May the 24th. That's my birthday. I'll take another number if you want to push me up today. Just means I made it, that's all. Yeah, I watched. There's a barn owl. There's pretty much everything. I watched the barn owl. I watched the eagle one. There was a brown eagle one I couldn't watch. Well, I started watching it, but it was covered in flies. Basically, the little eagle, and it had to shake his head every 10 seconds, and they'd fly off and fly back. I'm like, oh, I'm annoyed for you. I can't keep looking at this. It's like, would you just go away? Leave him alone. But that's what flies do. So it annoyed me. It is peaceful. This is a quiet area that I walk in, though. Which is interesting because there's like homes and stuff all through there, so you'd think it'd be a lot of traffic, but it's not. So I couldn't keep looking at him. I'm like, even that high up in the tree, been plagued by flies. The little red plants are coming back. Oh, I forgot my thing for the giveaway. Oh well, we just have to go live again. Thank you, Barbara. I can barely see. Oh wait, YouTube, good plan. There we go. I grab a rose. I was just thinking about y'all in our plants discussion. Since spring is coming, I would like to try to grow something. I don't have a green thumb like whatsoever and at all. And I don't know like the seasons for things either. Yeah, I don't need a jacket. Like this here is warm enough. But it is cool though. I don't know the temperature exactly. It's probably 47, 53, somewhere around in there. But I wanted to grow something. And I don't know what. Because I don't know what's in season, what's out of season. But I would like to grow like tomatoes or something like that. Something that I know we would use too. Not just something for the novelty of growing it. I get right here and I smell McDonald's every day. There's a restaurant close, I think. Maybe it's them. What's somebody cooking? That could be too. Cooking with the windows open like Mayberry. Now if the snow's gone, there's birds everywhere. In a pot. That way we can take it with us a little easier. Well, maybe. I don't know. When we moved here, The people that moved us here, I can't even remember their name anymore. Um, we couldn't bring the potted plants. You had to dump everything out. And then you couldn't bring anything that was liquid. You couldn't bring anything that was this. You couldn't like, so the potted plants could not come here. And there's a giant rock in the street. Gotta move that. It's a big, pretty rock. Tear up somebody's axle. But we couldn't bring the plant here, so we don't have any plants whatsoever. Bye, Shari. Oh no. See, this is well, it's nice that the sky is all blue and so forth, but I prefer, the gloom and doom weather with the rain and the cold. But I'll take this too. The sun is important for our overall survival, so I will take it too. Because it is very, very nice out here. It's a good strolling type weather. It's bright, it's sunny, energy high. Because mind you, I woke up like an hour ago. Or maybe not even that long ago. Like 30 minutes ago. So I'm like, okay, let's go walking. Get our exercise in. I said I was going to do it yesterday, and I didn't. Because laziness won the day, like it usually does. Because I'm not an outside person. But I I sat all day yesterday. So it's like, okay, got to get up and move around. Body was made to move, so let's go move. So that's what I'm doing. Okay. Because my brother can do it. He's an earth spirit, so he can. Which is interesting because he's a Libra. But every time I do a reading for him, it comes up as an earth sign, like a Capricorn or something like that. And so he's an earth person. He likes planting and plants and potting soil and flowers and things like that. It's not my speed, but I would like to try it. See how it works. Like he had some really nice plants in Florida. And y'all told me the name of a few of them. Because I definitely don't know. But he likes that. I'm not a gardening person. I'm a bits and baubles person. Oh, is it still cold? Well, it hasn't really switched seasons yet, has it? So it's probably still freezing in Minnesota, especially Minnesota. I know you do. and say I can't grow anything. I did try once, but I also did not do any research or get any proper information on what in the world I was even doing. I'm like, okay, seeds plus dirt equals plant. So get the seeds, throw it in the ground, see what happens. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Well, thank you. I will have a wonderful morning. Now, the P.O. box expires on May the 25th, and we move from Pittsburgh area in like June. So it's like I'm not going to renew it because I won't be here, is all. So it'll close on May the 25th. And then 6 days or so, we're out of here after that. Don't know where yet though, but I will let you know. Now, where's that bird? Oh, there's a plane doing a little streaky thing across the sky. I used to love that when I was a kid. No ideas yet. I think my brother wants to go back to a place he's been, like Texas or something of that nature. For at least to move that, or in a place, I should say, that he may stay for a little while. Me, I don't know. But for a little while. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I did a little purge the other day because I had so much crap. It was like old shirts and old. I had boxes. I said this too. I had boxes in my closet from, and they were empty. And why I had them, I had no idea. Oh, because they had packing material in it. You know, like the bubble wrap and all that type of stuff. And so I kept it for when we move, then we'll have it. But I'm like, why do I have this? And I'm going to hang on to it for 3 months. Like, no, just throw it away. So I had to go do a purge. I am the king of throwing something away. So that's what I did. All right, Wayne. Well, you have a good day at work. You see, I didn't mind Texas. We lived in the Woodlands, Texas, which is like south of Houston, north of Galveston, like right in the middle. And I loved it. That would make some interesting walks too. Because I'd definitely be going to the store there, where we lived previously. Because there was my favorite store in the world was down the street. And so we'd go there, or the mall was right across the street, and like I loved that area, so I didn't mind that. He's also looking at Jacksonville, I think he said Florida, which I'm not going back to Florida. Like if I go to Florida, it's gonna be long enough for me to move away from Florida. I can't. I like nothing about Florida. It was too hot. You're right by the ocean, but you're by the equator, so everything's hot. The water, the sand, the air is hot and wet. No, thank you. It was uncomfortable 11 months out of the year. You get a little reprieve for about 3 weeks, and then back to the nonsense. No, thank you. I love Seattle. Well, I like the idea of Seattle. I've never been. My father's family is from Oregon. Well, they live in Oregon. They're from Oklahoma. I've never been to Austin. You know, though, when I go places, except for California, I very rarely leave the city that I'm in. Like, I've never been to Philadelphia. I haven't been to, hell, I haven't been to New York, New Jersey. It's what, 6 hours away from here, New York City? So it's like I go somewhere and I'm there. And that's where I stay. Because I walk everywhere, so I'm not about to walk to Philadelphia. So here I am. So if it ain't down the street, up the street, around the corner, as they used to say, then I'm more than likely not going. So when I was in Texas, I think, now what's the point of walking the dog if you're gonna pick it up and carry it? I got distracted. When I lived in Texas, I think that entire time I went to Houston maybe once, and I went to Galveston twice, and they were like 30 miles away or whatever the case may be. And mind you, I went there because my sister and my nieces came out for a vacation, and so that's the only reason I even went there. I go somewhere, and that's kind of where I am. Now, I've been places here. I haven't been in any interesting places to talk about. Like when I moved here, people were saying, "Oh, go to the museums and go to this and go to this place and go." I haven't been to none of that. And I could say, because, I don't have a car, so I don't go. But you can take an Uber if you're just that interested in going to the museum, you could do so. But I'm not that person. I'm, if somebody were to call me that I knew and said, "Hey, you know what, let me stop with that sentence because that's not even true." Because that has happened before. Let's say in my state of mind now, if somebody was to call me and say, "Hey, let's go to the museum," then I'd be like, "Okay, sure, let's go to the museum." Because, I'm not a history buff. Because all the history I ever been taught wasn't my history. So, so I'd be interested in that. Go see something I haven't seen before or something I don't know. I like knowledge, so let's go. Or whatever, you know. I don't know nothing about Pittsburgh, so it would be interesting. However, back in the day, I was never that person. People used to invite me places all the time, or they still do. And the first thing I say is, "Ooh, I don't leave my house," because I don't. And it's not that I don't want to hang out with you, or I don't like you, or I'm antisocial. I don't leave the house. I'm not an outside the house person. I don't go places. It's just that's not really my thing. It's like I don't. You messing up my because I am very even keel. I'm very same face. I do the same thing every day, and I like that because, like I said, I live a very boring life, but I live it on purpose. There's no up and down to my life. It's very even keel, which is why I don't have stress, which is why I never had a bad day, and all these type of things. And so I don't deviate from that straight line. Like I know what I'm going to do tomorrow. The same thing I did yesterday. So that's usually how I am. But I always get people who want to hang out, want to go places, want to do things because that's a normal thing to do. Especially if you find somebody you like or if you have some sort of shared interest with, then you want to hang out with them. But to get me out of the house is pulling teeth out of crocodile, it feels like. So I'm trying to alter that behavior. So we'll see. Pittsburgh and the food, we've had an up and down relationship. The first thing I ate when I got here was nasty. The next thing after that was also nasty. Everything hasn't been, so I can't say everything is. They got a lot of options though, like a lot of options. But the first thing I ate was horrible. And then the next thing after that, until we went to some national chain like KFC or something. And then that was fine. I almost tried somebody yesterday. Oh God. I forget the name. I ain't gonna try. Because I don't think I fully even paid attention to the name because it was a DoorDash thing. See, I don't mind cold weather. It's nice to not, well, I don't know. I could say it's nice to not live in a red state, but I live in a red area, so it's all the same to me. See, I like the idea of that, CSAMs, to go places and, meet new exciting people. And like someone who was emailing me about, and she showed me a picture of her in her Native American garb, and I was like, I would love to go to a powwow. Always wanted to. And so I lived in Oklahoma for what, 25 years? But I never went, never sought one out because I don't leave the house. So maybe that'll be my New Year's resolution because the first one failed within the first day. To actually go somewhere. Maybe like once a week and I don't know, go see something, anything. But my enthusiasm is there sometimes. So we'll see. I do want to. Oh no! See, I couldn't. That's too adventurous for me. See, then it's stuff like that. I can't hitchhike. I don't even answer my telephone when I don't recognize the number. I definitely ain't getting no stranger's call. I don't like. See, I don't like Uber. I don't like taxi cabs. I don't like getting in the car with strange people. It's just, I don't like it. Because I feel like I don't know you and you driving me somewhere. And all I can do is hope you driving me to the place I asked you to. But that's one of them trust issues. I don't know where that comes from though. Because where would it come from? Now I do know in a past life I was betrayed by somebody close. That's in my chart. And I also have this sensation of like if you get close to my back and try to touch it, it caves in. Like somebody just stabbed me, but it does it automatically. So it's like a reaction to you being behind me. And so I think I was literally stabbed in the back. So maybe that's where it comes from. Because I cannot stand it. I tried to call an Uber once while I was here. And it said no cars available. I'm like, well, son of a mother. Because I was down, I was down at the UPS store. And no lie, it was a pile of boxes up to my stomachs. I'm like, okay, I don't know how to get all this back to the house. So I sat there, downloaded the Uber thing, and yes, I didn't like it then either. Now, mind you, this is the Lord watching out for me. The Uber I called, I had to call one 3 times while I was in Florida. I had to call one to get me to a storage facility to drop off some stuff. And then I had to call one to take me back home. And then I had to call one to get me to the airport. The person who took me back home from the storage facility and who took me to the airport was the same person. And he was just as nice as he could be. And we had a rapport because I'm pretty sure he didn't remember me, but I remembered him. And so I jogged his memory and was like, hey, you just picked me up 2 days ago or whatever the case. But so that was good to have a familiar face take me somewhere, but it's not ideal for me. I hate cabs for sure. Uber feels a little different because it feels like I'm getting a ride more than I am in somebody's car. I don't know. It just feels different. Cabs, I hate cabs. Especially with the little meter constantly running up, and then I'm like, oh my God. It's like I could have walked here for free. I just, I don't see the need to take Uber places and cabs places unless it's not an impossibility, but it seems like an impossibility to get there. It's like trying to walk somewhere here. It's very easy to get lost in Pittsburgh because all the streets are windy. Everything looks the same. And so it's very easy. And it's hard to get out of the neighborhoods. Once you're in it, it's hard to get out of them. So, oh, she has one in, oh, I ain't going to Arizona. Is that Sedona, Arizona? Is that where she does it? No, she has a thingy. What you call it? The conference thingies. Oh, Lord. I said I've never been over the water, though. I'd like to go over one, at least once, but that's not a priority. I think more of my bucket list, there's only two things on it. One is to go to Canada. Don't know where, though. And to see the Northern Lights. And so, and those are not necessarily the same thing. But two birds, one stone would be nice too. But that's the only things on my bucket list. I don't really have a live in the future mentality, so there's not a whole lot of things I want to do. I remember once I was on a job interview a long time ago, and I sound like the least ambitious person in the world, which is bad, I guess, because a certain degree of a job, hi Adrian, a certain degree of a job interview is BS. You know, why would you like to work for us? Oh, I think you're so awesome and blah, 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 you know. And so she said, what are your goals? What are your ambitions or something like that? I was like, I don't have any. That sounded so horrible. But it was true. I ain't gonna tell you a lie. I mean, there's a certain amount of not alternative facts and not bending the truth, but fluff. Because like I say, it's BS. So when you ask me what I bring to the table, of course I'm not gonna tell you, you know, chopped salad. I'm gonna tell you I bring filet mignon or whatever. I'm gonna talk myself up because I'm trying to get a job from you, right? But when you say, what are your goals? I don't have any. Because at that point in my life, me sitting across from you know, talking about this job, I literally do not have anything I want to do. Everything that I wanted to do at that point, I had already done. You know, I traveled, I seen this, I went here, I ate that, I'd seen this person, I did this, this, and this. Okay. Life's not over, so I mean, I'm pretty sure something will come along, but right now, I'm good. And she was like, well, do you have any dreams? I'm like, yeah, I do have that, but it's not really something that, you know, I'm booking a plane ticket to go pursue. I'm fine. If I don't ever do this thing and I die in the next 38 seconds, then I'm okay. So, yeah, it's not that I have no drive and no determination. I'm good. And so I'm like, after I said it, I'm like, do you realize what you just said? You trying to get a job at a mortgage company, no doubt. You know, this is like the biggest purchase a person will ever make is a house. And you're getting this job. This is one of the most ambitious things you could possibly do is buying a house. And yeah, I don't have any ambitions, no goals. I'm good. I got the job though. Don't doubt a Gemini's power to tell you some stuff that ain't ever been true. So I can do that. But I did make a vow to myself that, because it was three people interviewing me at the same time. And they all had papers and they all asked a question and then they wrote down my answer and all that type of stuff. And I did make a vow that I'm not doing those type of interviews where you ask me form questions because they're annoying. And mind you, they're just annoying. They're not hard, they're not difficult, they're not scary, they're not, because I am a Gemini, I can make up some stuff on the fly. And what it feels like when you go do these type of interviews, it feels like I'm not really interviewing to tell you about myself. I'm making up short stories in 30 minutes. That's all I'm doing. Because ain't none of this true. Because as I just said, I live a very boring life, but I live it on purpose. And so, one of the questions, and I shared this with y'all before, but one of the questions, um, especially in retail, always is tell me about a difficult decision you had to make. What did you do, and what did you learn? And so my brain pops because I'm creative that way, especially with words. And so I'll come up with something. Now, mind you, this in particular answer has changed every 10 days because I made it up. They wrote it down and moved on to the next question, which means, what the heck? Like, why did you even ask me this? It's, first of all, you learn nothing about me. It don't tell you how I work when you think about it. Because I guarantee you, every job in America, every single one, there's a person there who got hired that is the worst worker in that field you have ever seen. Which means that person passed the interview and yet still can't do it. So it doesn't really tell you how I work. It told you how fast I can answer a question, maybe. But that's it. I've never made a difficult decision in my whole life. Not that I didn't have difficult moments, but piss will get off the pot. So no, it's not a difficult decision. Either you are or you're not. And as a Gemini, that's not really my area of expertise, is making decisions. But I am indecisive on stuff I can afford to be indecisive about. What do you want to eat? I don't know. Want nachos? Nah, not really. Want tacos? Nah, not really. I can afford to be indecisive on that because whether you eat steak or your fingernails, it's up to you. But life decisions, you either are or you're not. I call Leon. So I've never had that. I've never had a difficult decision to make. Either you are or you're not. And so when they ask me that type of stuff, the whole time I'm sitting there, I'm just making stuff up, pulling it out the air, you write it down. And I'm tired of that. I said all that to say that. Like, very tired of it. It's not necessary. Like, I'm too old to continue to doing stuff I don't want to do. Like, don't put yourself in the position to where that is, well, see, that, no, yeah, I don't really change a whole lot. But I can afford to be indecisive about food because it's whatever. But everything else, you either are or you're not. Which one you gonna do? What is the name of the little, if y'all know everything. What is the name of the little, it's not black, but I'm gonna call it a black bird with the orange chest. Like, what is the name of that? There's one. Let's see if I can turn this around. Oh, y'all probably can't even see it though. Those birds. And they got the bright orange chest. That's a robin. You know, I've never known that. Something on my screen. I never knew that. Always heard robin, but I never know what one looked like. I like those birds. I think, though, it's one of the, not to discount anything else in nature, but it's one of the coolest things. A bird. And I've never been a bird person, but I love the variations because there are just a jillion different kind. They're colorful. They're interesting to look at. It's one of those, thank God for eyesight type things, and just thank God for nature, period. Because I like the variation. And they add music. That's nature soundtrack. So it's pretty cool. That is definitely the early bird round here. Jesus. I will say that no matter what's going on outside, I don't ever hear it. Like, once I'm asleep, it's over. As long as y'all ain't, crashing into things and shooting guns or something, then that's it. I ain't waking up. Because there's a big street light that shines right in my bedroom, and the whole thing is lit up. I love winds, and the whole thing is lit up. You would think I would never get to sleep in there, but I do, because it doesn't bother me. The moon used to do that when I lived in Florida, so I think I'm used to it now. Like, you swear the moon was in the room. It was bright. Oh no, I don't want pets now. Go find food on your own. It's programmed in you. I don't want the deers on the doorstep. The deers are about to come back out too, I'm pretty sure. They live up in there in Bambi's house somewhere. I actually don't know where they come from, because I don't know what's past here. There's a street. If you go this way, like if you see at the top of them trees, it's a street way up there. So there's a street there, but I don't know what's all through here in Elm Street. It looked creepy at night, but I don't know what's in there. Oh, there's a cardinal. I like cardinals naturally because I like red, so that's naturally the ones I like. They're so bright. There's the woodpecker again. We said this before. That is the strangest bird. on Earth. Everything else, lives in the tree, on the tree, content as it can be. And here you are, slamming your face in the tree so you can make a hole in it. Oh, there's a bottle. There's two bottles, a plastic one and a glass one. Why do people throw stuff in? I can't. Anyway, see, the um, the street light is bright and white too. It's not like one of the orange ones to where it'll be a little dim. No, it's a spotlight. Actually, it's not even a street light. It literally is a spotlight because it lights up a parking lot. And so it is the brightest thing you ever wanted to see. Yeah, they're digging everything out of it. It's just a weird thing. You just walk around slamming your face in the tree. But each one after its own kind. So you know what you need to do. I haven't seen the Blue Jays yet, but the Cardinals are here. I don't understand why you throw. You have, and it's not like they were probably even in there. You was probably standing here and threw a whole bottle in the trees. I can't. Hi, Angela. You know, I have never seen a hummingbird in person, like ever. Oh, there's some blooms. Spring is here. There is some blooms. What is this? I wonder. Oh, that's the red plant. Little crows. Big black shiny birds. Yeah, that's the red plant. Oh, really? I've never seen one. It's a nice day too, Colio. It's heating up now. Well, probably because I just been out here, but it's heating up. I don't get it. Like, why do you go get, and especially a whole bag of trash? You go in the parking lot, you see a whole big McDonald's sack sitting there. Like, why? That I like it. I haven't learned anything because I was saying earlier, I don't actually leave the house, so I don't go anywhere. I am gonna try to change my mentality about that maybe, and go somewhere, see something, even if it's just for an hour or two. Just go somewhere you haven't been. Because I do like change, but I just never do it because nothing's ever requiring me to do it. I embrace it though once it comes. So this is like one of those things I'm gonna have to proactively do. And so I haven't learned anything. I just know I like it more in the Northeast than I do in the South, that's for sure. But it's nice here. And my attitude has changed from Florida to here. I think everybody noticed that one. It's different. It has a different energy. It feels open. I am elevated naturally instead of walking around in the swamps for 3 years. See, I always wanted to. I actually had a. Oh Lord. Adrian did a sound meditation on her channel that I suggest you check out. It's about releasing fear. And it's so interesting is the day before I had a dream about releasing fear and it was karaoke. And so what I was doing is no, it wasn't karaoke, but I was still singing. I got on YouTube actually and we were doing a regular live stream or something like that. And then I started singing. And what's interesting is because I love to sing actually. I will never do it in front of people though. Because it's not like speaking. It's, this is like you trying to do something. This is one of them things. But that was my cue to sort of, okay, it's time to start at least working on releasing fear. And then I woke up and boom, there is Adrian sound meditation. So it's like, okay, synchronicity. So that means, because when you wake up and you remember a dream, that means it was a message for you. So I'm like, okay, so what do I need to do? I need to at least start working on the releasing of the fear part. Because that's the one thing I don't do. See, I can speak in public. Well, back in the day, I was actually afraid of not like agoraphobia to where you can't cross open spaces, but or wide open space. I didn't like walking across criticism is what it was, and it was more of a self-esteem thing. And so I didn't want to walk across a room full of crowded people because what if I fall and blah blah blah. And I definitely didn't want to speak in front of one, but something forced me to change because I went to a new high school, and one of the first classes they enrolled me in was communications. And in the communications class, you had to give speeches. It was required. And so I'm like, oh, son of a mother. Okay, so in my mind, I'm like, well, I don't know what speeches. I don't give. I don't like talking in front of people. And so the first thing, I guess God gives you the little nuggets of wisdom. Says do a funny speech. Everybody likes to laugh. Number one. Number two, that's a good way to break the ice. Is to do something funny. And so I did a speech about funny laws in the world. Like there was one in some country, I forget where it was, but this is like ancient stuff, where, and I think I titled it Grown Up Enough, to where the grown-ups in the rooms are the ones making these rules. And hi, Sunflower, thank you for the PayPal too. I started to email you and I forgot. The the premise of it was these are the adults in the room and they're making these weird rules. Like in Oklahoma, you can't go fishing for a whale in the lake. It's against the law. That's back in the day. It probably still is knowing them. Now, mind you, Oklahoma has man-made lakes and there are no whales in them. But you cannot go fishing for whales in the lake. And how do you even know that's what they're doing? I don't know. Maybe you got a big platoon boat and harpoons and nets. I don't know. So you can't do that. greeter TK. And there was this other one to where if you wanted to sell gherkins or pickled cucumbers, in order for it to be sold, it had to bounce 2 inches off the ground, I guess, to prove that it was right or it was completed. I don't know. To prove that it was good for consumption. And there's another one where if you are marching in a parade, and this was like it wasn't military style, because you had a bayonet. And if you if you were going to faint, you had to hold your bayonet close to you, kneel down to the ground, and roll to the right or roll to the left, whichever one was closest to the curb. That's what you had to do. That was the law. And I'm like, well, if you're going to faint, do you have time to do all these steps and motions? So, so that was my first speech that I gave in my communications class. And naturally, I got to pop out the room. People were laughing at this, and because it's absurd to hear of these things. And so you get people on your side. You have a commonality. So if you lead with laughter, it's a lot easier. And so that is how I learned to speak in front of people and have no trepidation about doing so. Now, the singing part is different for me. Like, it is 100% not something that I would do. Like, well, my senior year, I did, how you doing? I did a solo in the choir. My choir teacher just loved my voice, right? So in, what is it? Sophomore year, that's 10th, right? Yeah, sophomore year, he enrolled me, actually, in choir. Like, didn't ask, he enrolled me. He went to the people, pulled some strings, and I had choir on my schedule. And so for 3 years, he was trying to get me to sing a solo. I'm like, no. I can do ensemble. I'm a good background singer. But no. Because I don't want to sing in front of people, right? But the last year, because this was going to be my last year, and he asked for 3 years straight, I'm like, okay, fine. So he found me the easiest song anybody could want to sing. And so I did it once. So I can't ever say I haven't sung in front of people. And singing along with the radio is a little different. But it's not my thing. Actually, no, it is. I need to stop saying that too. It is, I just have not embraced it yet. So when I do, I'll let you know. Because I have had the opportunity many a times to actually record something. To like actually go and record. Now, mind you, this might be just something that they had a feeling about. Because these people who asked me have never heard me sing. And yet, I have had the opportunity to go and sing for these people. Never did, though. Because I'm like, oh no. I mean, this is fine when you just kicking around the house and you think you Beyonce or somebody, but uh-uh. Or Luther Vandross in my case. But to actually go somewhere and actually sing, no thank you. The song I sang was called Cabin. And it was like 2 minutes long. And it was about a woman who had a gentleman caller come to the house. And as you could imagine. And what happened next? And then the moral of the story, I get well, not moral of the story. The end of the story was that the cabin blew down while they were in there. And so that was the song that I sang. Nowhere, sweetie darling, we're just walking. See, and mind you, it's like I like to sing, and no, I don't have a horrible voice or nothing like that. But again, I think it goes back to, I guess, those residual damages to self esteem. And I don't even know where that truly comes from because I've never, it's probably societal, or maybe it's just in my head or what, I don't know. Because I've never been put down to the point to where, I thought, oh, you're not good enough, or you're ugly, or you're this. I've never had that. So I never felt worthless. I never felt useless. I never felt those type of things. But what was it? I'll analyze myself here. It was probably, like my voice. Now, okay, there it is. There it is. I was made fun of because of my speaking voice, mind you, because it sounds like it does now my whole life. And so it was never the most masculine voice in the world. And so I endured all the teasing that would come with that, to where, I had all the names. I was called the F word, which I won't repeat. And then I was called a girl and all these type of things. Now it's deeper now, but it was not then. Actually, no, it was. It just still, there's a flair to my speaking voice too, to where I don't necessarily have, like I say, the most masculine of everything. I've had this voice and these mannerisms my whole life. So it was never something I wanted to do, was to get out in front of people and showcase all this. So that's where it comes from. Dr. Phil charged me 150. Yeah, that's where it comes from. Because that's the thing that I endured as a kid or growing up, was being teased about my voice. And so naturally. No, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that's like I say, it's the residual damages of self-esteem. That's what it is. Because, like I say, I don't mind talking in front of people. And mind you, I'm grown now, so I mean, hell, I'm comfortable with who I am. So, but that part, I've never actually dealt with that part because I've never been forced to sing in front of somebody. Because who's going to force you to do that? Actually, I was. Well, not forced, but See, but back then it was feminine. Well, it's. I don't know. I think it is, but it's almost like I heard it for so long now I agree with it or something of that nature. If that makes sense at all. So it didn't bother me. Now don't record it and then play it back to me because that I don't want to hear. But yeah, it's whatever. No, I don't want to hear. Now, mind you, every now and then I'll watch one of my videos because I don't ever remember any of my readings and I do them all at one time. And so somebody will ask me something from one of the videos and I definitely don't remember because I do all the videos at the first of the month. And so when you ask me on the 17th what it was, I don't know. But I don't know. Sometimes I mind and sometimes I don't. A lot of times I don't. And then sometimes I'm like, oh Lord, I sound so country. But I do, and that's okay too. But it's not a criticism though either. It's more, it's funny to me. But the singing thing, that's a little different for me. Now where's wind come from all of a sudden? Well, I guess it's welcome because I am hot now. See, and that's the thing now. And I didn't learn that, and I definitely never heard that. And mind you, in choir, people told me I had a nice voice. So it's not like, like I say, it's not horrible or nothing, but I do need some vocal training though. And that's not even a criticism, that's just period. I do. Because anyway, so when I worked for the American Thieves and Thugs, known as AT&T, I had people tell me all the time, oh, you have a very calming voice. Oh, you have a very soothing voice. And I'm like, oh, well, thank you. It's the odd thing to hear over the phone. It's like, okay, compliment. But I'm not one for taking compliments either. I'm like, it's just a compliment. This ain't no 900 number. So that's the first time I heard that is when I worked for AT&T over the phone. Because sometimes you have to do whatever it is you're going to do, and it takes a while. And so, you go back and you say, oh, I'm sorry, this is taking so long, this and this and this. And then you always get, oh, that's okay. Your voice is so soothing. I'm like, okay, good. Because I don't need you hollering and screaming at me because whatever. Hit the shower and sing. Hey, Shining Hawk. Oh, Lord, I can't see now. Y'all go check out Shining Hawk Healing right there. Has a YouTube channel. So that's my saga of the singing voice. Yeah, that's true too. Is I always got people say that before they even see your face. Say, oh, he has such a calming voice, has such a soothing voice. But like I say, the singing is just a little different for me. Now, mind you, I sing every day, just not in front of people. Well, not in front of people I can see. I'm pretty sure somebody can hear me. I'm pretty sure. Thank you, lucky girl. You know, I got a piece of selenite the other day that I actually ordered from my brother, though. But it's like five of them, so I took one too. Or six of them, I think. And ever since I got it, every time I pass a rock, I'm like, oh, that's pretty. I should get it. Oh, that's pretty. If you don't put this dirt and rock down, I just threw away a bunch of stuff I didn't use. Have a whole house full of rocks. Thank you, Desiree. No, that's not Desiree. I can't see. I'm sorry. Thank you, Dolores. And so I'm not picking up no rocks, but it sure is pretty. But this looks like real nature. I'm not a beach person, so Florida was just not my speed with the sand, and the palm trees are not my thing either. I don't really care for palm trees. I mean, they're not bad or hideous or nothing like that, but if I had a choice, give me a regular tree. That's what I like. I love crystals too. And that's what I'm trying not to do. Grandma Rose is start picking up a bunch of rocks because I sure want to. And mind you, I don't have, well, now I do with the selenite, but I did not have any crystals that were not mounted for wearing. And so everything that I bought crystal wise has got a thing on it to where I can wear it. I can't. See, I like that though. I like the actual looks of nature without, the power lines naturally, but gotta live in civilization. I don't know, I'm just not a fan of palm trees and sand. The ocean is nice for what it is, but that ain't my idea of a good time either. As you could tell, I was the only person on the beach with jeans and tennis shoes. Lord, it's the messiest thing I ever seen. I do want to get some more crystals though, especially now that I'm learning about the chakras and healing and all that good type of stuff. It's like I like crystals. I like essential oils. So this looks like a good combination. Because it's not really great to start some sort of regiment that you're not interested in because you're not going to continue it. And so I like these two things. My only thing is I don't want loose stones though, because I don't ever, because I can't stand things in my pocket. Right now is keys in here. I got mask in my back pocket, wallet in the other pocket. Like I can't stand it. It drives me crazy to have stuff in my pocket. And so I don't want loose stones that I have to carry around in my pocket. This I can do. Put it on the thing, I'll wear it. Give me a bracelet, I'll wear that. But just rocks in my pocket? Mm-mm. And I do want a geode though, like one of the big pretty ones. But eh, every time I think about it, I'm like, I don't. For what? A big giant rock for what? Like I'm not into loose rocks around the house. I got the selenite and the angelite. Those are the two stones I have that I don't wear. And mind you, I can wear the angelite. It's just gigantic because she did wrap it up for me to wear. So I'm gonna have to wear it sometime because that was the point. But it's huge. So that's it. That's it. I don't want nothing else in my pocket. Now mask don't bother me so much because I can't really tell they're there half the time. But the keys, yes, because it feels like with the keys, I got a bunch of crap in my pocket, and I do. There's a flashlight, one, two, three keychains. One of them looks like a stone. It's not a stone, though. Where we are. There we are. It's plastic, but it's pretty because it's all colorful. And then there's another one that's also plastic and breaking. And then one of my Madre's rings, and then keys. But it's like I got 45 things on this key ring, and it's all in my pocket. It's annoying. And then, not to mention the little spare pockets down here. See, and that's the thing. I have bags. I don't not like to carry bags. I'll never think to, because it's almost an inconvenience to have to pack something else. Because I have a backpack that I don't mind carrying the backpack, but eh. You know what though? I don't like putting stuff in the backpack that are in my pocket, like my keys and the wallet and the phone. Because if you're missing any of those things, or if your backpack gets stolen, or whatever the case may be, like the whole world comes to an end. I can't get in the house without the keys. I don't really have anything in my wallet for you to take that's going to be detrimental because you can always, I have no cash and I can always turn off the cards, right? And then, but my telephone, like, what do you do after that? You know, because our whole stinking lives are on these things. So, good morning. Who said that? Hi, good morning, Kim. But there's that. What's the only, now, depends on what you want. My brother carries a black tourmaline and a selenite because he works in an environment that sometimes has a lot of negative energy. So I'm like, okay, you get your black stone, absorbs and reflects. Get your white stone, it purifies and protects. And so what you need is just to find one you like. So he likes the black tourmaline. and he likes the selenite, which is interesting. Well, I guess it's not interesting. I like things to be shiny and smooth. I don't really like the rough look of a stone, and it just surprised me he did. But I don't know why it surprised me. I think everybody should like shiny, smooth stuff. But he likes the rough look of the stones. So he's got a, well, all right then. Oh, okay. What kind of bird is that then? Yeah, you gotta go on. I don't know what kind of bird that is. They chasing it around or warning everybody that it's there though. I recognize that sound. Deer do that. Well, not deer, but antelope. Um, if there's a predator around or if there's something that's not quite like the other, they make as much noise as they possibly can until that thing moves on. So it was a big giant bird. I don't know what it was, but the crows were flying around it, making all the noise they possibly could. See, me too. Anything that shines and sparkles. Well, you know this. And so, oh, Shining Hawk, do you have your Etsy store yet? Or a website? I showed everybody my, I call it my wand, my prayer stick. And so I like the shiny and smooth stones, but it was just interesting that he liked the sort of rough, unfinished ones. Because we don't really have like rustic things in the house or distressed wood or nothing of that nature. Everything is kind of brand newish. And so, or looks brand new. And so just interesting that he likes the rough, unfinished looking stones. And selenite is not necessarily unfinished, it's just cloudy looking to me. That might have been what it was a hawk. Because they were, because it was sitting in the tree and they're just flying around, just being just as loud and annoying as they possibly can. But it was interesting. Because that's what, like I said, that's what, is an antelope gazelle. That's, well, anything basically that could be eaten by lions and tigers and cheetahs and things. They all face the same direction and they make as much noise as they can because this is a predator that depends on stalking. And so if everybody sees you, you have to move on. Good morning, Good Samaritan. But it's his Libra stone. So hopefully he likes it. Like he said he does, so hopefully he likes it. I love malachite, and it was never. I want to like the red stones more because I like the color red, but I'm always drawn to green and blue because my stones are malachite, lapis lazuli, and tigers. I like too. I didn't think I would because I'm not really a brown person, but I do like when something has variations of color in it. So that's probably why I like that too. Yeah, I bet they do. Because mind you, that's back over this way, but the the birds of prey are usually down that way. Because there's probably rabbits or mice or squirrel or something back in these woods because there's foxes down in there too. And so I'm pretty sure they all share the same buffet table. down in there. So the birds of prey are usually that way. And so they're like, okay, well, you need to go back that way. You can't come over here. I have a piece of amber as well. I love that. It's very, I can stare into it. It feels alive to me, if that makes sense at all, when I look into amber. And I'm not a crystal gazing person. Well, at least I've never tried anyway. So, but amber is something else. Like it feels like there's something living in there. It just, I can't describe. Well, I can describe it. That's what it feels like. Like there's energy moving in it, is what it looks like to me. And mind you, I got a little piece of amber. I have to find a gigantic one day. I always wanted a piece of amber, and I finally got one when I moved out here. That's one thing I could do. That'll be my change of scenery for one of these weeks, is get the Uber and go to the New Age store or go to the crystal store and see what we can see. That's what we'll have to do one of these days. One of these days never comes, does it? But that's what I'll do. Because I've been saying, because I've never, ever been in a New Age store. I've never been in a crystal store or incense or whatever the case may be. You know, stuff earthy people like. I've never been in there. And I always wanted to go, and there's like 3 in Pittsburgh that are not too far, I don't think. Because we looked them up when I first moved here, me, Jen, and Becca. We looked it up and was like, oh, you can go to this one. Oh, you can go to this one. The amber stone I have is not smooth, but she wrapped it in the stuff that you wrap it in so that you can wear it. But it's little. It's like maybe that big even. So it's a little piece. I might need to get a big one, see if I can see something in it. Because you never know what kind of talents you have until you start them. Or until you try. I um I had a book on crystals, but it didn't survive the move when I moved here. Because like I said, I'm missing a whole box and it's got a bunch of stuff in it. So it never arrived. But I had a book that had herbs, candles, colors, and crystals all in there. Bunch of information. And I don't know where it is. But you mean you can just look it up. So but it's nice to, not have to type it in all the time. I don't know what kind of amber this is. It's just amber color though. I want one more. Let's see if I can get the lady down in Georgia who makes my pendants for me. See if she can find an amber piece. Well, you know what? I'll find my own amber. I need to go and actually go to the store. Go find the crystal store and go in it. The Crystal Bible's got Some good reviews too. So that's what I'm gonna do. Maybe that'll be an adventure for us one day. I'll go find the crystal store and we'll find us a piece of amber or whatever else. My only thing though, Ona told me about a place here in Pittsburgh. She said she loved it. So she told me the name, now naturally I forgot. But it's in my search history on the computer so I can find it. And when you look at the pictures, oh Jesus. Like I'd have to sell my kidney on the black market to get some kind of money. I would just go insane in the store. And so, good morning, Joanne. And so I would go in there and like lose my mind. I seen all kinds of malachite and all kinds of amethyst, and I'm like, oh, because you know I like shiny stuff. You know I like sparkly stuff. From the front door to the back wall, it was just full of shiny and sparkly stuff. So if I went in there, I would have to have an agenda. Get the amber, and that's it. So don't get nothing else. So we'll see. Maybe we'll try that one of these days. We still got a few months. So I said once a week, maybe like once every 2 weeks. Now that the weather is better, it's not snow everywhere, the streets aren't so treacherous, maybe that's when I can get the Uber in. Well, thank you, Joanne. I'm only buying one. We know that's a lie. So we'll try it. Then maybe I'll go to a museum or something. Like I feel I need to do something before I leave here. You come to, historic places and then do nothing. So, I don't know yet, Carmen. Not just yet. There's still a list. So we'll see. Yeah, something super bright red in there. Got distracted. Oh. Adine, that is my, that's something I do want though, is a place with seasons. I cannot stand heat 11 months out of the year. I think that's torture. I was just thinking, me and my galactic conversations that I have with my own self. Let's go to Mars and colonize Mars and be a two-planet species type of thing that Stephen Hawking said we need to be in order for us to survive and all this type of thing. And I'm like, okay, I hear what you're saying. I kind of think along the lines of Dr. Tyson, though, where he says, if you can turn Mars into Earth, you can turn Earth back into Earth. And so, thinking where we are right now in the solar system, this planet is close enough, yet far enough away from the sun where we can survive in some places reasonably comfortable conditions. But it gets to be, 150 degrees in some places or below 60 degrees in some places. Like there's places where it's just too hot for comfort or too cold for comfort on this planet where it is in its place in the solar system. Mars on a spaceship would take you 8 months to get to it. It's that far away. And you think you're going to live there, and you can't live here in Antarctica without a whole bunch of provisions and everything else. You can't just waltz around like I'm doing right now there. So you think someplace that's even colder than that, you're going to survive and live. I don't think you are. So it's like, okay, go there, take you some pictures, and then take you behind back home. That's what you do. Now I'm gonna have to look up though. Uh-oh. There we go. My chat froze. Yes, I cannot have one crystal, but I might try. Yes, they are overpriced in some places. I know for sure because I did. Not here anyway. I looked up some stuff when I was in Mississippi. I thought something like that, and then you read the reviews. That's because, mind you, at that point I had no crystals and I hadn't started buying any, so I didn't know what they cost. Still don't really kind of know what they're supposed to cost and things of that nature. So I started looking up some prices and looking up some reviews, and that's what they were saying too. But the other thing that kind of concerned me though with the buying it online is there were a few people, because the lady I got my my selenite from, she sells a whole bunch of stuff on Etsy because they got a store down in, I think, Florida, and whatever kind of stone you got, she pretty much sells them by the pound or something like that. And one of the reviews for something, I forget what stone it was, but they were saying that it's pretty, but it wasn't authentic. And that's another thing. It's like I don't want to get, just colored glass or just shiny rocks. I want an actual crystal, or at least something that I can feel good about anyway. And of course, everybody that buys crystals say, well, you should go to the store. Um, I don't know what the temperature is out here, but it's hot to me because I've been walking around for an hour and 44 minutes. But everybody says you should go to the store and pick it up so you can feel the energy, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, okay, it's one of those rules things. Every time you tell me I have to do something, I don't want to do it. So I don't mind buying a crystal online simply because I don't buy them for healing purposes. I buy them because they're shiny. That is the only reason I ever buy crystals. I don't get them because I'm trying to balance the energy. I'm trying to charge a chakra. I'm trying to clear energy. I'm trying to protect energy. I'm not, no. I have intentions for that. So, no. That's not the reason I do it anyway. That's the reason, well, no, not, I shouldn't say that either. It's not the reason you should do it. You should do what you want to do. But if you want to buy a crystal, that's a good place to start, is because you're trying to correct something or connect something or charge something or whatever the case may be. And so I buy them simply because they're shiny. They're shiny and pretty and I like them. So that's why I buy them. So I don't mind getting it online because it ain't got to be full of energy. They ain't have to connect with me and all that. The angelite, though, like when I pull it out the thing and my head went all loopy, I'm like, okay, this is my stone for sure. But that's it. Yeah. And see, and me personally, like I was saying about the, not coming this way, okay. This is the reason I was saying about the authenticity is I don't mind. So I don't, it doesn't have to be, how you doing? It doesn't have to be nice and pure and real 100% labradite. Like, I don't really care. What does it look like? Does it look like garbage? I don't want it. Is it shiny and pretty? Okay, give it to me. Eh, that's my thing. Like, I have a couple stones right now, rocks. They're more like, they're not crystals, they're so stones, yeah. And they're just the ugliest things I ever seen, but at the same time, they're interesting to where I wouldn't throw them away. It's like they're, like if you saw an unusual type of rock. It's not necessarily pretty or something that would make the most gorgeous statement piece, but it is interesting. And me being an unusual person, I like unusual things. And I say unusual because that's in my chart. What is it? Uranus that controls your unusuality. And so that's prominent in my chart. So I'm an unusual person who likes unusual things. And so it's an orange stone, for those who might know. It's an orange stone. Yeah, I wouldn't dare buy one in Sedona. It's an orange stone and it looks like it has mold on it. It has like little green, like moss in it. But it's orange and then it looks like it has like moss growing on it or in it. Because it's got like little green moldy specks is what it looks like. Then I have another one that is a mossy agate. Somebody did tell me the name of it because she asked me, is that a mossy agate? I'm like, oh girl, I don't know. I have no idea. So I have that, but it's not necessarily, you know, the most glamorous looking thing. Like I have a obsidian that I just love. And I've never really been into black jewelry. Like I have two black rings and one black pendant. And only because it doesn't stand out and I like shiny, sparkly things. And so that's usually why I don't get something that's like black. But the obsidian I have, when you look at it and look in it, it looks like the whole universe is in it. It's all sparkly and looks like stars is in it. So it's amazing looking. And it's shiny. And she wrapped it in gold wire. So what else could I want? I love it. Oh, Nikaita, I take your word for it. I did. That's what I had to tell her. She said, "Yeah, I think that's what it is." I'll take your word for it, because I do not know. I put it on because I bought it, and I worked with the guy who would get stones and wrap them. And so I'm like, okay, wrap some for me. He said, what kind do you want? I said, I don't care, just give me 10. Wrap them up, I'll wear it. So that's what he got. He got the orange one and that green one, so forth and so forth. Oh, is that the one that's sitting on the front? Like the, I don't call it bead, but there's one on the front. Or is it the blue or the orange one that's on there? Shining Hawk. I'm just talking to a room of 162 people. Like everybody know what I'm saying. I'm talking to everybody. But maybe that's what we'll do. That's my agenda. I need to find something to do twice a month and then go do it. But it has to be something, though, to where I can leave the neighborhood and go venture out and see what I can see. The moonstone. That's one of my stones, too. When I looked them up, it said there was 5 stones: lapis lazuli, malachite, moonstone, tiger's eye, and angelite. Did I say that? Angelite. Okay. Well, I like that one. Because the leopard moonstone, or not leopard, what is it called? It's white and black. I don't like that one. I ain't drawn to it. They said I should be, but I'm not. I'm drawn to malachite. I'm drawn to angelite. And what, sort of with the angelite. But it's drawn to me. And I do love it once I have it. But I'm drawn to malachite and lapis lazuli. Because I like the color. It's a very rich color, both of those. But the white moonstone with the little polka dots all in, I don't care for that one. I think so. Well, see, a birthstone, especially if it's still natural, if it's a gemstone, is, because in the jewelry world, I do believe, if you technically call it a birthstone, it's either synthetic or it's just colored glass. And synthetic as in lab grown. If you call it gemstone, then it actually comes from a geode in the earth type of thing. A mining process. But anything that comes out of the earth has an energy. Like anything. And so, whether it's ruby, emerald, diamond, opal, whatever it is, if it comes out the earth, it's got energy. Took energy to make it, and it carries the energy with it. What kind? I don't know, but it's got one. It has an energy signature for sure. Interesting. Because I am not drawn to angelite, but once I have it, I love it. Like, I have two pieces of angelite, and the little small one that I have, that's the one that made my head go light. Like, I have a connection to that one for sure. But I'm not a blue person, I like red. And then when it comes to the stones, I like the lapis lazuli because it's a deep blue, and then the malachite because it's a deep green. And which is interesting too, because I'm an air sign. You would think I would like something lighter, but I like something deeper, something more grounding, I suppose. And so I'm drawn to the stones you can't see through instead of the ones. Now, mind you, I love everything that you can see through because it's like a prism. It's got all the light and the shiny and the this and the that. But when it comes to the thing I need, I suppose, um, yeah, it does make sense. When it comes to the things I need, then what I need is something to ground, something earth-like or earthen or deep in color instead of light. But the angelite is light. It's really light blue. It's a sky blue, and that is my stone for sure. I will never be without that. That is for sure. But it wouldn't be if I was to be looking at pictures online of just random stones and knew nothing about stones or the stones that I should have. I would never pick that one because it's not. It ain't red. It ain't black. So it's not something I would ever pick. I don't really care for clear quartz either because it seems a little basic, which is good because that's what you need. You know, in cases of doubt, you can always go with clear and white. And so, I don't know, it just seems, I don't know, like not my thing. But I like it because it's a prism. And you get all the nice lights and sparklies, and I like rainbows and anything sparkly and shiny, I like it. Like automatically. You know, I was looking, okay, what do y'all know about, I think it was called sea jasper or ocean jasper, something like that. But it was a little ball, and I think it was called jasper. But it looked like Jupiter, the little ball, because it had like rings of color in it, but not like perfect round rings. It was, it looked like Jupiter, the way Jupiter looks with all the clouds and the noxious gases all in it. Well, good Lord. Sound like a whole airplane. And so I think it's called Mr. Tree, get off me. Let me get that out the street. Wait a minute. Ugh. But I seen some online and I want one, but I wanted to ask somebody what in the world it even was first Because I looked it up, and they say it's really good for. It's not good for memory. That's what it's. Because I don't remember. I think it's like it's good for balancing and grounding and I don't know. It can't make nachos, so it ain't no superhuman. It's just it's good for something. It's good for your energy and balancing and all that type of stuff. I did look it up at one point, so I just don't remember all of the little details because I wasn't really trying to convert it to memory. I just wanted to make sure she wasn't, you know, selling all the stuff she bought from Pier 1 Imports before they closed down. I'm like, what the heck is a sea jasper or ocean jasper? It was one of them words. It had something to do with the ocean or the water of some sort. But it looked like Jupiter, and that's what kind of drew me to it. It's like, oh, this is neat. It's got all these colors in it and swirls and thises and that's in there. And so I want one. So I think I'm going to get one. It's on Etsy, I think it was. But here I am with a bunch of rocks around the house. Sea jasper? Okay. That's yeah. That's what I'm gonna get. But it wasn't too large, but it was a nice enough size to where you can put it in the palm of your hand and roll it around type of thing. And it had a clean look to it. That's kind of the thing that made me a little I don't know. I was a little had a little trepidation about just jumping in and buying it because it looked mass produced. And I'm pretty sure it is in the sea, but it was perfectly round. It was shiny. It was it was unlike crystals to where they come in all different shapes. This was uniform. They were all perfectly round, and I don't know how they're formed, so that could be the way they are, kind of like pearls for some of them. And so I don't know what they're supposed to look like, if they're supposed to look like the one she had or whatever. So I think I'm still getting one anyway. And heck, if you don't like it, throw the sucker away. So I love fire opal. Fire opal is I have one actually. It's very small. It's in a ring. Very, 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 very small, but man, does it carry a lot of light. Like you can see it from down the street. It's just the most vibrant thing you've ever wanted to see. They were tumbled, so they're supposed to look that way to where they're perfectly round and all that. Well, I guess after you go through the process. Because that was, like I said, that was the one thing that I was like, I don't know. Because is this a thing? Oh, Netflix, get out of my bank account, Netflix. This is the thing that I really want, but I don't want to buy one that I can just go get at Walmart. And yours is $40. And I'm pretty sure theirs is 3 for 99 cents because they like to beat everybody. So, I didn't want to buy just a piece of colored glass and be, hey, look at my, sea jasper. And they were like, that is not a sea jasper. That's, it's a pool stone. Like, what you get? You're going to go find the marble in the pool or something. So I'm going to get one and see how that works. Okay. Here, hers were perfectly round, shiny, and clean. Is that a beaver? It is. That's my new totem animal. Well, it's not a totem animal. That's my new indication that I need to stop blocking myself. That's my angel message. That's what it is. That's my angel message. Okay, I'm gonna get one. Is that the Cardinals? Okay. Then I can hear the woodpecker in the tree too. They're so little. Oh, there he is. Slamming his face in the tree. That's determination right there. They are little. Like little, little. See if I can show y'all. Oh Lord, now I can't find him. When I zoom in, then I can't find it. Where are you? Where are you? There he is right there. Oh, he flew away. You son of a mother. He's camera shy. Like, I'm trying to eat. Leave me alone. Oh, just like a person. Come disturbing nature. Might be a woodchuck. Whatever it is, it's my, it has a flat tail. That's my indication to stop blocking myself. It was black. I didn't see white, but I know I seen black. I can hear the chipmunks rolling around in there too. Well, good morning, Albuquerque. There's a nest. That's a little puppy at that point. Okay. Now, what time is it? 11:30. It's almost lunchtime. What we gonna eat? Food talk time. We talked about rocks enough, I guess. What we gonna eat now? You know, the last time we did the little walkabout, right? I said, oh, I'm gonna give me some Panda Express. And I go to the app, or at least some Chinese food, because I deleted the Grubhub. I always get a bad energy feeling from them. So I told myself, just delete it. You don't have to have it. So, like, why am I fooling with them? Every time I get something from Grubhub, it's only, well, every time. I've done it twice. But each time, I get a bad feeling. And it's just, I don't know. I don't like the layout of their app. I don't like, I just don't. I don't like nothing about it. So I deleted them. And like I said, the last time they brought me food, I think they half ate some of my food. But I was gonna get the Chinese food at least because DoorDash doesn't do Panda Express. So I'm like, okay. I go on there, every single restaurant says pick up only. And I'm like, well, here's my thing. Just close the app and say everything is closed. Why? On God's green earth Would I order something through DoorDash and then go pick it up? I can just call the restaurant or go online or whatever the case may be, unless you are one of these places that don't have online orders or whatever case. Other than that, why would I go through you if I have to go pick it up? So for the past 2, 3 days, every time you open the DoorDash app, it says due to delivery times and availability, blah, 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 there could be pickup only in certain restaurants or whatever. So I'm gonna try them today, possibly. I don't know. And see what I can see. Now, mind you, I went and bought chicken parmesan, cheese ravioli, and a burrito. And I like have that I can like go cook. And this is not stuff that takes forever to make. Wow. And so all I need to do is go make it. But it's nice to have other people bring you food. I seen it was a post on Instagram that I found hilarious. It said, anybody can send me $1,400. It does not have to be from the government, just so you know. So it's like, it's nice when somebody else brings it to you. But I didn't go and buy things that are hard to make. I just don't want to make it. See, here everybody has a line, at least in this area. Everybody. When I say everybody, everybody has a line. Except Wendy's, for whatever reason. But everybody. Dunkin' Donuts, it's always wrapped around the building. You know, I'm like, why? What are you selling in Dunkin' Donuts? You got donuts, coffee, you got steak and hamburgers and baked potatoes too. Like, what is in here? It's always a line around the thing all day. So it's not like it's, people going to get no, the Fox Pizza, is it the Fox Pizza or Fox Den Pizza? Because Fox Den Pizza is not too far from here. My problem, though, was I don't have cash for delivery if they do deliveries. And I don't know how they do debit card orders and all that type of stuff. Because they don't have a way to pay online, because I looked it up. Because we talked about them the last time. I just went on and said, oh, I walk around here because it's so nice and quiet. It's somebody fighting because I hear it. I heard somebody call somebody the B word just now. And somebody keeps slamming doors. I attract crazies. That's what I do. Nenny, no, I'm not. I think she'd be all right without my 38 cents. That's what I think anyway. Yes. Domestic tranquility. Not somebody just drove away. I can't. I got to have harmony in my house. You know, that's what I should do. Maybe. No, it's not. I can't make a big meal and eat it forever because I get bored and want something different. It was a tradition at one point. We lived in California and we would go to the store, do our grocery shopping. Now, mind you, it's two of us, me and my brother, go to the grocery store, spend $200. Because, mind you, let me say this too, it's not that we bought a bunch of stuff, it's by coincidence the stuff we like costs the most. And so it's kind of annoying. Like, why does everything I like got to be $6 and $7 when you can get a cheap version for 2 and 3? But anyway, we go to the grocery store. We got $200 worth of food. And mind you, it's a lot. We do get a lot, but still, most of it's just expensive. And then we go to Jack in the Box, Burger King, and one other place because we pieced together our meals. Popeyes, I think it was. And so what we do is we'd go get a hamburger from Burger King. Then we go get the egg rolls from Jack in the Box, and then we get a piece of chicken from Popeyes, and then that's what we ate instead of actually going home to cook some of this $200 worth of crap we just bought. We still do that. We just don't go to so many places because there's no Jack in the Box around here. Every now and then you throw in a piece of Long John Silver's if y'all have those. Every now and then we do that, but that's what we do. So I don't know what we'll have today. It can't take all day to make whatever it is, though. The ravioli sounds good. It's just plain cheese ravioli, though. Why is it connecting? Oh, because I've probably been on 2 hours. We've been walking for 2 hours. Yes, we survived the grocery store. That's our treat. So that's what we do. I have tried the frozen Chinese foods. I like a, I think it's the Pei Wei has those little bitty takeout boxes type things. I would have those. They do good in a pinch because in retail you only get 20 minutes for your lunch break. You get 30, but by the time you find something to eat and check out, you got 20 minutes left. So it's like you got that and it'll do in a pinch. And I would eat the sweet and sour or the General Tso's because I like sweet crap. And so I'd eat that. The PF Chang's makes a bunch of stuff, or they have a bunch of stuff in this grocery store that's near here, but I never got it. But yeah, I like that too. Oh Lord, seafood, ravioli. Now it always sounds good, like Parmesan shrimp and all this, but I just can't put nothing out the water in my mouth. I just can't do it. Now, mind you, the I like the fish that you shouldn't like, I guess, like the fast food fish and tilapia. I don't mind those. And then tuna out the can. Don't give me no fresh tuna. Especially don't give me no fish with no head on it. So, oh really? I never thought to get it from Amazon. I might try that. I have Prime and all that stuff too. Because Instacart is expensive. It's $20 every time that you go to deliver something to your house. By the time you got the delivery and the taxes and the tip and all that stuff, all you need is milk and eggs and it costs you $56. When you could just walk your lazy behind down the street and go to the store. But thank God for Instacart because sometimes I just can't. Meanwhile, then there are other days where I literally go and I walk for 2 hours and 21 minutes, but I can't walk to the store. I don't know. This is recreation. That feels like I have to do it when I have to go to the store because I don't ever go to the store just for pleasure, to just go walk around and see what I can see. It's always, okay, I have to have milk, I have to have this, I have to have whatever. And so it kind of, you have to go to the store and then it makes you not want to do it. So. Krispy Kreme better be on it then. That right there, that's the best donut on earth. I'm gonna go eat something. I don't know what though. Camel milk, oh Lord. I get my, well, I did at one point. Got like my snack stuff that's hard to find from Amazon. I buy my brother's coffee from there. It's a Starbucks coffee, but it's the a vanilla one. And either it's $8 in the store here or you can't find it at all. And so I get 6 bags. I think it's 6. It's either 8 or 6. I think it's 6 for $36. And so, because he drinks coffee every day. Well, if you buy it, let me know what it tastes like. Well, you ain't got to let me know what it tastes like because I'm not going to buy it. Let me know how you liked it. How about that? I don't know. Like, my system does not like cow milk because, black people's stomach just ain't formulated to drink cow milk. But I'm not drinking goat milk and all these other farm animals. Like, I just, I can't. Yeah, we went in one time, and there's the Blue Jays. If you ever go into Whole Foods and you have Amazon Prime, you can get a discount in there too. I think all you need to do is give them your phone number or something like that. I love cow milk. It's the only milk I drink. It's what I was raised on. I can't with the goats and all these extra things. Mm-mm. If it ain't cow, I will drink almond milk. Outside of that, no. And I tried other things. It's not the same. And whole cow milk, mind you. So no, we're not supposed to, well, we're not all of us. I mean, that's a general blanket statement, but most black people are lactose intolerant and should not drink cow milk. And I'm one of them people. but I drink it anyway. It just, there is no better taste though. I do like almond milk, but almond milk is unnecessary. Because sometimes I want milk to taste like milk and not something sweet. But almond milk is fantastic. But I can't do all that extra stuff. The goat milk and oat milk and cashew milk, and you're taking me too far. Mm-mm. And I don't like 2% because that's just water with some white food coloring in it. Skim milk, I definitely don't understand. And here's the thing, and this is coming from a person with a sugar addiction, okay? If you can't have something, then just don't have it. If you can't have milk, stop drinking milk. If you can't have soda, don't drink diet soda, just don't drink it. Or make your own. Like y'all told me the recipe for the Italian soda, which I haven't made because it sounds awful. But I'm gonna try it, I think. Because they said it's carbonated water, flavoring syrup, and whipped cream is how you make Italian soda. Now the one that I would buy, that is the smallest bird I ever seen. The one I would buy that I cannot find because it's in one store is, hi Pamela, is it has fruit in it too. Not a lot. I mean, I think it said like 17% of it is fruit, but something like that. Or fruit juice. So that's the one I wanted. But I'll try that other thing one day. Next time I go to the store, possibly. We'll see. Because I wanted to make a Frappuccino at one point too, with the decaf coffee, or no coffee at all. I like cow milk. I tried the almond milk because somebody said, "Oh, try it. It's so fantastic," and it was good. It's not something I need to add to everything because there are some things that it changes the taste of, and so it's not something I buy all the time. Actually, it's not something I buy anytime. It was something I bought the one time, but I do like it. It's good for, bran flakes and things like that that could use a little help. It's good for those things, but cow milk is where it's at. Coconut milk, I've never had it. Okay, I was going to say I don't like it. That's coconut water. Coconut water is the nastiest thing on God's earth outside of liver. Like, I can't. I drank one time, actually 2 times, because the first one I got just the regular coconut milk, and then another time, I think I got a chocolate one or something like that. Because the store I worked at had every kind of flavor you think you might want, pineapple, mango, whatever. But it's all nasty. But I've never had coconut milk. Seen it, just never bought it. Don't sound like something I want. Like pet milk or condensed milk or sweet cream, however you want to call it. It's got 1,000 names depending on where you're from. I don't like that either. Not by itself. Me too. It makes me nauseous. Like I can't. It's just it's ugh. It is. Mm-mm. I didn't like nothing about it. I didn't like the texture. I don't like the color. I don't like the taste. I don't like the smell. They ain't got to worry about me. That's for sure. I know people in when I was taking French in high school. My French teachers, he said milk is a kid's drink, and when you hit about 15, you drink wine like everybody else. So you go to dinner and you got a small glass of red wine like everybody else. It was considered kids' drink. Well, okay. I still love it. I drink milk by itself. No cookies, no peanut butter sandwich, no nothing. Just, just milk by itself. No, thank you. You can have it. You be the best psychic. I'll be the mediocre psychic. No, thank you. Well, I'm gonna go and find something to eat. I don't know what. I don't want to order nothing because I bought stuff. So it's almost a little counterproductive to even go to the store, but I don't feel like making nothing. But we'll see what happens. So what is today? Today is Monday. So I will probably, I don't know when, because we need to do the giveaway before the month is up. I do have a small list of readings I wanted to do. Maybe I'll do it like Friday or something like that and see if I can't get some reader out there to come read with me. And we'll do like an hour live stream or something like that. And okay, that's it's Whole Foods delivery is what that is. Okay. If you get it the same day. Yeah, there's a Whole Foods here too. There's two of them, I think. Always has a line, so we've never been in. At least I never. Um, so yeah, I think we will try to get somebody to come read with me or something like that and do a live stream or so. Maybe I'll see if Adrian and Shay want to come read. We'll wallow in the dirt this time, get a couple political reads. Maybe we'll do like a half political, half non-political, just to keep it fun. But as Lord knows, we need some of that. But anyhow, and no, I have not. Not unless you count the mailman. He seems to be Neanderthalish sometimes. Um, so yeah, I will see y'all sometime this week to where we'll do the giveaway. My legs are tired now. Been walking up and down the hill for 2.5 hours. The sun did us good though, right? So I'll try for Friday. Friday around 7 Eastern, I'll say. So yeah, around 7 Eastern Friday, I'll see if I can recruit somebody to read with me and do some reads. I'll make a community post too if y'all have any questions you want to leave. I do have a list already, but we'll see. I'll also try to. Okay, Shining Hawk, good. Um, because we also do an energy read too, and so I will definitely email you and see what we can do on that too. Um, but yeah, me, Jen, and Becca also are going to try to do another live because we had a bunch of questions that we did not finish from Sunday because you know how we do. And so yeah, I'll see what. Oh, I don't care what's on at the same time as us. We doing our own thing. If you want to watch basketball, you watch basketball. So I'll see y'all then. Y'all have a good day and thanks for hanging out with me.